Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
All of our guests today, including Neil McEvoy, standing by, brought to you by the Bayside Oceanfront Resort, located oceanside in beautiful Parksville. The Bayside Resort is one of Vancouver Island's premier getaway spots. Call now to book your reservation and mention Donnie and Dolly for 10% off your nightly room rate. Book your island getaway today at BaysideOceanfrontResort.com or call 250-248-8333. Boy, I tell you, you say anything against the analytic world, and they come out of the woodwork criticizing. This is from Peter, and hey, everybody's open to their or welcome to their opinion. Delaney's okay, Tyron Langley inbox. Donnie, there's no analytic that would suggest kicking the field goal in that situation. He most likely went against the analytic that would have suggested the better chance was to go for the first down, especially with 3 timeouts. There's several submissions in the inbox like that, and okay. I think the best is a blend. Yeah. When man, maybe that was the case with the Broncos last night.
How about the gut feeling? Go with the gut.
Gut feeling, analytics, and you go from there. It's not always about gut feeling, not always about analytics. I think we can all agree on that. All right, Lions in Calgary is Saturday. They're now 8-3. And Vernon Adams is going to start on Saturday in Calgary. We're joined now by Lions co-general manager and director of football operations, Neil McEvoy. Neil, thanks for doing this. How are you?
Well, guys, thanks for having me on.
Good. How much do you use analytics? How much does Rick Campbell use analytics?
I'm just going to say from watching last night and what you guys are just saying, like if Louis Paseglia, Paul McCallum, Sean White came up to you and said, Coach, I can do this. Give me the football. You're going to believe in your guy. So I'm sure last night the Broncos, 4th and whatever it was, felt their guy can come in and do it. And they'd probably seen him do it. And, the fact that the timeout was called and the fact that he got one kick, I'm surprised he missed it, actually. So there's my 2 cents.
And I go the other way, too. I'm sure Russell Wilson was probably thinking, hey, I can make it, 4th and 5. So they went the field goal, and the rest is history. Okay, Vernon Adams, you acquire him from Montreal in the wake of the injury to Nathan Rourke. I know Vernon Adams has been in the BC fold before. I think he originally held his rights. But what should we expect from the veteran Vernon Adams in a Lions uniform starting Saturday in Calgary?
Well, I'm hoping that as a football team, we can all be better and start rallying around the team we got now. Vernon's been here for 3 days of practice last week. He'll be here for 4 days of practice this week. So I'm expecting, a better football from that position. It's tough when you're playing, when you have a guy like Nathan that's throwing for 300-400 yards a half, and now we're not doing that. I mean, we have to, rein back our expectations, and at the same time, it's professional football. No one's going to give us a break. We got to, step up and start winning games. That's what our expectations are going to be.
Neil, it's our first opportunity to talk to you since Nathan Rourke, the summer he had, the injury. I mean, this guy had a legit buzz going in Vancouver for football fans. Even people that weren't football fans, Neil, were talking BC Lions because of this great Canadian quarterback. How tough was it? I mean, just to be on this incredible role and then have the guy injured.
I can't even explain to you how when the last time a jersey, we brought so many jerseys and they're sold out before they even bring them out. Friends of mine asking for jerseys, go online, already sold out. The kid, Nathan, is just an amazing young man, an amazing quarterback, and was a great buzz for this football team. And you know what? Hey, 8-3. Let's not forget about where we're at. We have 8 wins. We've had 3 losses. Now it's time for everyone else to step up and keep this train going for when Nathan comes back. We're ready to go.
Okay, one more. On Rourke, he can try the NFL in December, but you can go to him in December as the GM of the BC Lions, try to recut a new deal as well. Can you talk a little bit about what his future entails?
Well, and I've said this before, we're going to do the best we can to retain Nathan as our quarterback. He does have a contract next year. He will have opportunities, and so we're going to do what it takes to keep him in a BC Lion uniform. Great young man, local guy, parents live here. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things on this side that are also great for us and for him, being his team, being the Vancouver team. But at the end of the day, we all know the National Football League, they're going to do what they're going to want to do. And I'm going to do whatever I can do to retain him, and that's what my job is going to be, and I'm going to do the best I can to keep him here for as long as he can.
Okay, you might hate this, but we're going to continue focusing on this, Neil. Just what kind of emotions did you go through? Did Rick Campbell go through when you found out Nathan was going to be unavailable for a significant amount of time?
Yeah, you know what? We were rolling. It was to the point where, obviously I get nervous during games, but every time we had the football, I felt, God, we're going to score. And we were putting up 200-300 yards and a half. Like this, our football team was rolling. And so when Nathan went down, I felt, okay, well, we still have great receivers. We still have, a pretty good offensive line. We have good athletes around him. Now it's, time for the next quarterback to step up. And unfortunately, we've had more injuries to that position. So Michael got hurt, and, Pipkin wasn't, he hasn't taken that many reps. Like, Nathan's a young guy, so he's taking all the reps in practice because he can and needs to. He's only played 9 started 9 professional football games. So let's not, say that he's, Tom Brady yet, because he's not. He's only played a year. He's only had a few starts. I think he's had 10, maybe 11 starts as a professional. So he needs the reps. So now when Nathan got hurt, those guys that are behind him just hadn't had the reps. And so now we're at a position where these guys are going to get reps. And, like we said earlier, Vernon's going to get all the reps or most of the reps this week. So we're as prepared as we can be going into Calgary Saturday night.
He had a tough time last weekend against Penn State for the Ohio Bobcats. What do you know about Nathan's brother, Curtis Rourke, who's got some buzz down south?
Yeah, do you know what? An amazing family, to be quite honest. Yeah. You got 2. The parents are amazing. My wife knows her. The family from outside of football, which is nice. So just a great group of family. They're always at the games. Parents are always happy, and you know what? Both kids. When you have both kids playing at a high level, God bless them. That's a great attribute to the parenting that they've been able to do, and the fact that both these young men are able to play football at a high level, which ain't easy, especially at that position. Yeah. He looked great week 1, and then week 2, when reality hits, you're playing those tough teams like Penn State. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough to play those big time teams and continue on. But hey, all the best to him. He's throwing the ball well. I know he has a great arm. I know he has a great attitude through his brother. I know he has the pedigree to play at the professional level. So I'm cheering for him the best I can.
Neil, people want to see like chapter 2 of the Sedines. 2 Rourkes at quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, unfortunately, in the football level, you can only have one ball, and you can't pass quarterback to quarterback.
No, but one's a backup, right?
Yeah. Well, showing from what his brother did, I don't believe the younger brother's going to want to come in and back up.
All right,
shooting you down, and your stories. Anyways,
okay, Neil. We've spent so much time talking about Nathan Rourke, who's not available right now. What newcomers on the Lions have impressed you the most?
You know what? I'm impressed with this team as a whole. Been able to regroup and play, especially when Nathan was with us. We got a bunch of young guys, and I said this last year. You're going to have to give us. Last year, I said you needed to give us, a little bit of time, and guys like our defensive line who are second-year guys, and our receivers like Hatcher, who's a second-year guy who doesn't get mentioned a lot, yet he just gets 100 yards in a game and is unfortunately behind the top guys, Rhymes and the Burnhams and the Lucky Whiteheads. But those guys are all stepping up, and I'm just continuing. We will continue to do that. We're just in a little bit of a struggle right now, but once we get the quarterback position up to speed, I have full confidence in this team that we'll just keep on winning and our winning ways as we work.
Neil, you made the trade for the kick returner. Okay, that addressed a certain part of the game, but special teams still giving up a lot. Touchdowns. How is this going to get better?
Yeah, that's a good question. Passion. We're going to have our special teams guys step up and really, continue on and dig down deeper from what we're doing. That's for sure. Terry Williams, I think he helped us last week. I was impressed with the way he was able to get the ball, even if it's 5 yards. Like we were starting at the 30-28, and he was starting us at the 37-40. on kickoffs, and you can tell, when they punted the ball, every time he had the ball, he got the extra 5, 6, 7, 8 yards, which is exactly what you want out of the position, because if you don't tackle him, he's going to go. And so, reverse that, we're going to have to just dig down deeper as a football team and play special teams the best to our ability, so we don't give up the big play, especially because that's what hurt us the last time we played Calgary, is that, we had the game in hand. The next thing you know, we're kicking off and it's back in our end zone. So those guys are going to have to step up, and I have all the full confidence that they will, and continue to get better each week.
Hey, Neil, I said I had finished talking about Nathan Rourke, but one thing we didn't ask you, or maybe you did, I tend to tune out during Rick's questions. Just kidding. But timeline on his health, on his recovery and return to action.
Yeah, do you know what? It's a good question too. I mean, it depends on it depends on the athlete, to be quite honest. Nathan this weekend was throwing, so if anyone expected him to be throwing this weekend, I think you'd be wrong. But it's to the point now we might have to rein him back a little bit, just because you don't want him to get hurt and re-injured. But as far as I know, the timeline is going as expected, if not better. And from talking to Nathan, he believes he's going to be on time, if not better. So we're still at the 8 to 10 week mark. We're 3 weeks into it. But hey, who knows with Nathan? Who knows with Nathan? If Nathan was playing this weekend, maybe next weekend, I wouldn't have said, gosh, I mean, the kid's, he's a miracle. He's awesome. He's a great kid. We're happy to have him. And he's a good, good asset for this football team. And I'm just excited at the next step for him and all of us.
In the meantime, it's Vernon Adams Saturday in Calgary on the 24th at home, BC Place, against those very same Stampeders. Neil, thanks for this. All the best. Thanks for this.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You bet.
Good show.
We'll get you on the show. You bet.
Neil and I go back.
Get you on the show again soon.
He climbed the ranking. He climbed the ranks in the Lions, not the rankings, but he climbed the. I think he started out in sales. Anyways, he's the GM of the BC Lions. Yeah. It's a great story. He's a local guy. He came up through community local football. It's just a great story.
Yeah.